HSE. Technical questions and answer. Prem-Tech HSE and DM. Electrical safety. Question 26. Circuit breakers are essentially A. Current carrying contacts called electrodes. B. Arc extinguishers. C. Circuits to break the system. D. Transformers to isolate the two systems. E. Any of the above. Answer. A. Current carrying contacts called electrodes. Question 27. The current zero interruption in oil and air blast circuit breakers is achieved by A. Lengthening of the gap. B. Cooling and blast effect. C. Both A and B. D. Deionizing the oil with forced air. E. None of the above. Answer. C. Both A and B. Question 28. Air blast circuit breaker is used for A. Overcurrents. B. Short duty. C. Intermittent duty. D. Repeated duty. Answer. D. Repeated duty. Question 29. An efficient and a well-designed protective relaying should have A. Good selectivity and reliability. B. Economy and simplicity. C. High speed and selectivity. D. All of the above. Answer. D. All of the above. Question 30. Burden of a protective relay is the power A. Required to operate the circuit breaker. B. Absorbed by the circuit of relay. C. Developed by the relay circuit. D. None of the above. Answer. B. Absorbed by the circuit of relay. Question 31. Directional relays are based on flow of A. Power. B. Current. C. Voltage wave. D. All of the above. Answer. A. Power. Question 32. In a single busbar system there will be complete shutdown when A. Fault occurs on the bus itself. B. Fault occurs on neutral line. C. Two or more faults occur simultaneously. D. Fault occurs with respect to earthing. Answer. A. Fault occurs on the bus itself. Question 33. A balanced three-phase system consists of A. Zero sequence currents only. B. Positive sequence currents only. C. Negative and zero sequence currents. D. Zero, negative and positive sequence currents. Answer. B. Positive sequence currents only. Question 34. Series reactors should have A. Low resistance. B. High resistance. C. Low impedance. D. High impedance. Answer. A. Low resistance. Question 35. To limit short circuit current in a power system are use A. Earth wires. B. Isolators. C. HR fuses. D. Reactors. Answer. D. Reactors. Question 36. The information to the circuit breaker under fault conditions is provided by A. Relay. B. Rewireable fuse. C. HR only. D. All of the above. Answer. A. Relay. Question 37. A short circuit is identified by A. No current flow. B. Heavy current flow. C. Voltage drops. D. Voltage rises. Answer. B. Heavy current flow. Question 38. By which of the following methods major portion of the heat generated in a HR fuse is dissipated? A. Radiation. B. Convection. C. Conduction. D. All of the above. Answer. C. Conduction. Question 39. A switchgear is device used for A. Interrupting an electrical circuit. B. Switching an electrical circuit 111. C. Switching and controlling an electrical circuit. D. Switching, controlling and protecting the electrical circuit and equipment. Answer. B. Switching an electrical circuit 111. Question 40. Oil switches are employed for A. Low currents circuits. B. Low voltages circuits. C. High voltages and large currents circuits. D. All circuits. Answer. D. All circuits. Question 41. A fuse is never inserted in A. Neutral wire. B. Negative of circuit. C. Positive of circuit. D. Phased dynes. Answer. A. Neutral wire. Question 42. A fuse in a motor circuit provides protection against A. Overload. B. Short circuit and overload. C. Open circuit, short circuit and overload. D. None of the above. Answer. B. Short circuit and overload. Question 43. An isolator is installed A. To operate the relay of circuit breaker. B. As a substitute for circuit breaker. C. Always independent of the position of circuit breaker. D. Generally, on both sides of a circuit breaker. Answer. D. Generally, on both sides of a circuit breaker. Question 44. The fuse blows off by A. Burning. B. Arcing. C. Melting. D. None of the above. Answer. C. Melting. Question 45. The fuse rating is expressed in terms of A. Current. B. Voltage. C. VAR. D. GVA. Answer. A. Current. Question 46. HR fuse, as compared to a rewireable fuse, has A. No aging effects. B. High speed of operation. C. High rupturing capacity. D. All of the above. Answer. D. All of the above. Question 47. The material used for fuse must have A. Low melting point and high specific resistance. B. Low melting point and low specific resistance. C. High melting point and low specific resistance. D. Low melting point and any specific resistance. Answer. B. Low melting point and low specific resistance. Question 48. Admittance relay is relay A. Impedance. B. Directional. C. Non-directional. D. None of the above. Answer. B. Directional. Question 49. Series capacitors are used to A. Compensate for line inductive reactance. B. Compensate for line capacitive reactance. C. Improve line voltage. D. None of the above. Answer. A. Compensate for line inductive reactance. Question 49. Overfluxing protection is recommended for A. Distribution transformer. B. Generator transformer of the power plant. C. Autotransformer of the power plant. D. Station transformer of the power plant. Answer. B. Generator transformer of the power plant. Question 50. Air blast circuit breakers for 400 kV power system are designed to operate in A. 100 microseconds, B. 50 milliseconds, C. half a second, D. 0.1 seconds. Answer: B. 50 milliseconds.